Hello everyone, my name is Heather Autumn and welcome to my channel. I'm gonna freak out. I am gonna crash out hardcore. I'm gonna freak out. It snowed really bad yesterday, okay? So that's really where it started. I wanted to do recording yesterday, but it snowed. And someone decided to steal my shovel, which resulted in a chain reaction of me having to steal somebody else's shovel to get my car out. And I returned their shovel, so I'm good. Now it's just so cold. And then it started to rain. So it rained and then froze overnight. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym this morning, only to be met with this path of ice. And I knew I would lose my life on that. So I decided to just turn around, but it was already like 4:30 in the morning and I was like up and awake and dressed. And so yeah, it's been a day. So essentially I'm stuck in my house. I'm gonna try to go out. I'm gonna try to get some ingredients for things I wanna cook today, but this is the reality of living in New England. So yes, this is a travel and food vlog, normally, but man, the winter months are just the worst for me because I'll plan things, I'll have a plan, which I'm a plan girly, I love plans, and then the snow will just murder it. And I'm just like, okay, so now what? So I apologize if you're like, wow, she's doing a lot of cooking episodes. Yes, I know. So yeah, I don't even want to talk about what I want to cook this morning because if I can't get the ingredients, then that's gonna be weird. And my poor editor is gonna be like, hey, you said you were gonna cook this, but then that didn't happen, so what do we do now? And I'm gonna be like, I don't know. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna be organized and direct. I'm going to try to get to my car. That's where we're going. So I survived taking the trash out, but these pads, I don't know if you can see that nice little sheen. That is ice. So the only way I can manage getting anywhere is to break through the snow with frickin' tennis shoes. Frick. That should be made illegal. That is illegal. No, okay, so there should be a planetary rule saying there shouldn't be any rain after snow. Oh my God. Okay, so everything is ice. And I almost died multiple times getting to this frickin' car. We're gonna get our groceries. I swear to God, I did not just risk my life to come out here for no groceries. I'm having a moment. That was bad. Look, that sidewalk looks safe. It's not. It has about a 1/4 inch of ice on it. It will take you out. All right, I'm done. I hope I can drive. Oh my God, I didn't even think of that. Okay, so I put in an order for some cat medicine and then I'm here at the grocery store. So hopefully I can find everything I need. We get everything and we head home. And we don't leave the house for the rest of the day. That's the plan. Okay, I am back home and I'm so happy because literally, that was the worst morning shopping experience I've ever had. So we're home, we're fine. We did not die, we're good. So this morning, I wanted to do something completely different. Given that I'm stuck, if you hear this noise, it's my cat. I got this new feeder for him because he gorges himself. And I thought maybe the mental stimulation to get his breakfast would help. If I'm gonna stay home and stay in, I'm gonna make some really luxurious dishes. So I wanna do a really beautiful breakfast. I'm gonna be making a whipped feta and asparagus tart with prosciutto and a poached egg, and it should be really good. I also bought myself some flowers, just so I could be reminded that there's actually growing things in this planet. It's not all an ice cavern. And then later tonight, I'm gonna be doing a sun-dried tomato pasta with a whipped ricotta. It's gonna be a day in. there's nothing I can do about it. Literally, I really can't control the weather. So I'm just gonna try to make the best of it and have a good time. And hopefully, if you're snowed in like me, this will inspire. All right, so the first thing you wanna do is prep your oven by preheating it to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. From there, you wanna take your asparagus and you want to take a peeler and shave it really thin into these like paper-like ribbons and set those aside. In a food processor, you're going to be whipping your cream cheese as well as your feta until it's nice and smooth. After that, you want to take your pastries and cut them into 4 parts. Then you're going to take your feta mixture and you're going to put that in the middle of your pastry, but leaving about 1 inch or all the way around. And then you're going to top that with your asparagus. From there, you're going to fold the edges over and you're going to do an egg wash. So you just take some egg and you brush it on the edges and you're going to bake that for about 25 minutes. By this time, it should be golden brown and puffy. So I was not anticipating the asparagus burning like that. I did follow the directions, so I don't know if there's something I missed, but I'm gonna still try it. I think it's still gonna be good. I'm not even sure how you would fix that, but maybe I won't notice. So once that's all done cooking, you're gonna top that with a poached egg, some prosciutto, a little bit of pesto, some salt, some pepper, and some chili flakes. And then you're gonna just finish it all off with a little drizzle of olive oil. So we're all done, and I'm gonna give this a try. All right, so it's all done. I have a piece here, has some of the prosciutto and the egg, as well as the puff pastry and some of the asparagus. So let's give this a try. Wow. Okay, I think in pictures. So what I'm thinking when I'm eating this is like, wow, this is like somebody who lives in Boston, not on the outskirts like I do, but somebody who actually like has a brownstone in Boston, and they're like sophisticated, old money, and this is like their breakfast. It's so good. It's very savory. So if you're looking for a sweet breakfast, I don't think this is it. But it's very savory. It has this richness that's been brought on by that whipped feta. And of course the prosciutto, like you can't go wrong with that. The poached eggs really add a kind of breakfasty feel to it. I think that's what makes it a breakfast and not just a luxurious, I don't know, overindulgent pastry. Yeah, this is really good. This is super good. So like all of my recipes, I will be linking this one in the description below. Just click on it, it'll take you to my blog where I have everything written out, and you can try this as well because it really wasn't that hard to make. I didn't even make the pesto myself. I could have, but I was like, it's a holiday, I'm not gonna work for it. So this was out of a jar and it was still really, really, really good. So I hope you give it a try. I'm gonna have breakfast and then continue with the day. Okay, so now that breakfast is over, I'm gonna go and get these in a vase. So I'm all done with my flowers. I love hydrangeas, so I was happy to find that. But I was in line in the checkout and there was a guy who was behind me and he was like, "Aw, are you buying this for yourself?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "That's what I'm talking about." And I was like, "Okay, please don't follow me out to my car." But it was just kind of nice. Like, I think when you do something nice for yourself, other people see that and they get inspired. So it was just kind of a fun little gift for me. And yeah, I'm really happy to have it, especially on such a snowy day. So I'm gonna take a moment and then get some dishes done and maybe clean up a little, and then I'll jump back on here for dinner. Okay, so I am back to make dinner. I decided to make it a little bit earlier because I have really good lighting outside and I'm tired of seeing my footage look yellowish and gross. So I'm hoping that this light will help me. So tonight I'm gonna be making a sun-dried tomato pasta with a whipped ricotta. and I feel like it's gonna be really good because it only uses one pot, so there shouldn't be too much of a mess. I appreciate that more than you know. So I've already got all of my ingredients lined up and ready to go, and so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you wanna do is prep your tomatoes. So mine are packed in oil, and the first thing you wanna do is pour out that oil and then chop up the tomatoes inside. The next thing you're gonna do is chop up your shallots and add them to your pot along with some garlic, and you're gonna cook that for about 2 minutes. After that, you're gonna stir in your sun-dried tomatoes, as well as your paprika and a pinch of your red pepper, and then also season with salt and pepper, which I frequently forget, and I'm not sure why. So you're gonna cook that until the tomatoes start to look a little bit crispy and they're a deep red color. From there, you're gonna add 3.5 cups of water, and you're gonna bring that to a boil and add your 1 pound of pasta. Now your pasta can be any shape that you like. I just stuck with penne because that's what I saw in the picture for the recipe that I'm using. And yeah, so there was no reason behind that. You're gonna stir this often, and it's about 8 minutes, but I'm a fan of taking like a pasta piece, running it under some cold water and testing it. You wanna have a nice little bite to it. It shouldn't be school lunchroom soft, is what I'm gonna say. Then while you're doing that, you're gonna whip out your food processor and you're going to add your ricotta as well as your lemon juice and get that going until it's nice and creamy. You're also going to season that with salt. Once your pasta is done cooking, you're gonna add in your Parmesan as well as your salted butter and get that all nice and melted. From there, you're gonna remove it from the heat and add in your basil, parsley, and dill. All right, so this is a layered thing. So what you're gonna do is you'll take your ricotta mixture, you're gonna put that down on the bottom of your whatever you're serving first, and then add your noodles and everything else on top of that. And from there, you're gonna toss it so it's all coated, and then you're gonna top each bowl with whatever you have left from your herbs, as well as the Parmesan. And from here, we are all done and ready to go, so I'm gonna go and give this a taste. All right, so the meal is finished. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I did have to toss it in that cream, and then just for picture purposes and things, I transferred it to a smaller plate. I have to document these things for my social media, but I'm definitely ready to eat. I have a forkful here. It looks so good. So cheers. Ooh. Wow. It has a lot of complicated flavors. It's not a bad dish. It's just a very, very flavorful dish. You have that lemony ricotta in there, as well as the strength of those sun-dried tomatoes and the oil that was with them, and all the herbs and spices, of course, the fresh herbs that we put on top. So this is not like mama's everyday, like Prego with pasta kind of meal. This is a very intense one. I love it though. I feel like it would be really good with like a white wine or something like that. Yeah, I love this. So if you want to make something like this yourself, again, be sure to check the description below because I'll have everything linked to my blog, which I'll have everything written out. So this is a travel and food vlog, and if you're into that kind of stuff, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Not only does it help me and my channel, but it will let you know when I have a new episode out, which also includes shorts, which are released kind of randomly. And if you're looking for a timeline on the episodes, I usually release on Sundays at around 3 p.m. EST. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. All right, bye.